Be encouraged this year with these new books available by Doctor in Theology with Evangelism Strategies, Leon Kabasele. What would you do if you knew the secret of prayer? Get your copy today of How to Pray by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
If you knew who you are, you know what you can do. Get the book, Jesus Christ is My God, by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
The book, Christian Development, God Came as Human Being by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
Christian Philosophy, Understanding Racial Oppression. These are the academic Christian books to help those who want to learn about Christianity. These are the books that can help people to grow spiritual rather than physically.
Leon Kabasele does his research in theology as a Christian scholar, and one of his research is based on evangelism strategies, and this is what made him to become a doctor in theology, with evangelism strategies as his main subject.
Take some time to walk through author Leon Kabasele's shelves of inspirational reads. Here are 4 books for daily inspiration and spiritual growth. These books can be bought from www.amazon.com, http www.amazon.com, or go to any Google, just type Leon Kabasele.
Mikolo tosekanaki na mosolo ya mboka Congo ekoki tofungwani misolelo tomoni bozoba nyonso tosali Oya kobongisa Congo aveni ebongi tosala moto nyonso ata mwana Congo ya mosolo mpembe ya nzoku Congo ya bwanya kasa ya mbila Congo ya makasi moto ya nkoi
L'article s'est présenté d'abord. Aïe, bisabine pour naïve que vous avez besoin de azanani. Bon, Totika Mama s'est présenté. Hello.
All right. Hello.
Yeah?
Hello everyone. My name's Leslie.
Okay. Yeah. Merci Leslie. Okay, Leslie, Ozana nous a présenté nangai na papa Guy. Donc azali new na groupe na biso to welcome ye malamu ce qui va conseil pe ko pesa. Bon, le topic na biso, bien sûr, vous voyez que moi je parle sur la jeunesse. Topic na biso le ezali youth and culture. Donc la jeunesse et la culture. Donc Swana mama is going to be a little bit of a debate. Donc toyeba what's happening with the youth and the culture. Tozo mona neti pas ces sala ba papa la biso ba mama la biso ke biso ba jeune tozo bunga mwandambo na nenga ya kiboko kona biso. Bon, Mama Leslie, first of all, I would like to know, what is culture to you? Culture like isinin. You can mix English, French, Lingala if you want, feel comfortable. Okay, whatever language you feel comfortable. But we want all the mama as well. Na ba papa ba yo kabiso. Donc culture like isinin. Pour na yo culture isani.
Pour moi la culture c'est d'où on vient. So basically just to know your roots. I think it's important because you need to be able to pass it on to your children. Okay. You should never forget where you come from. So it's something that's really important. So it should be embedded in everyone. Okay,
yeah. you just answered my next question. Is it important? Okay. You really feel that culture nabiso ba congolais comme africaine, c'est ça vraiment important pour te respecter pour te follow yeah. Donc just expand that a little bit.
I think it's important to follow to respect it, to follow it. You need to know the language. I mean, it's the food, the language, the way that we dress. It's just important. It's really important. Yeah.
Okay. Avant que tu continues, bosser comme ça, ba maman, ba yaya, ba papa. Donc to chali na biso ouvert lelo. Comme ça bo benga biso poto bo contribuer pe. Bo yebisa biso ba maman, ba papa na biso surtout. Donc culture na biso zanini. Donc c'est important bo répondre biso poto apprendre pe. Donc sin to ça bino sin comme ça bo bano benga to za besoin bino nyonso bo benga bo pesa biso makanisi na bino. Okay, Leslie, do you think that youth na biso jeunesse na biso lelo to bungi mandambo na nenga culture na biso to we don't think that a culture is that important. What do you think? Do you agree with me or you disagree with me?
Do you know, I don't entirely disagree, but I do think that because we're in a Western country, it's easier to lose a bit of your culture. I mean, we haven't been brought up the same way as our parents. So, like, I personally wouldn't feel comfortable maybe going outside in everyday life wearing like liputa and head tie. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. It's just because we're raised differently. I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't do it. I don't know. I just wouldn't do it.
There must be a reason why. I will pretend today. Oh, and funny enough, today I'm wearing. Although it's not Isaiah but Congolese, I'm wearing a culture jacket. So this represents sort of what we're talking about. I'm not ashamed of what I'm doing.
But you look really nice. It's not that I'm ashamed. You look. It looks really good. But it's just that. It's just to do with fashion, like my own personal preference. It would. I mean, I would rarely put her like in like at a wedding parties, African parties. I would do that.
Liputa as in to wear liputa nenga ba mama ba kangara liputa long. No, because obviously that's too talky mama. Sorry ba mama na bisome. That's talky mama. Mais le col est jeune. Tu peux faire au salisi jupe na yo, tu fais la chemise au bimi, donc ça fait aussi. It's part of representing esikayo wuti.
En fait, je pourrais faire, par exemple, si je mettais... je peux faire une jupe panne, par exemple.
Voilà, oui.
Quand je parle à propos de jupe panne, je parlais pas à propos de
panne.
Yeah, I don't mean like putting it, as like wearing it like mums do. I mean like making it into like a dress or a nice design, I would probably never ever do the liputa. And I don't know. I probably would never do that, but I would make it a dress or like a nice design trousers or something like that. I would definitely do that.
Do you think because you just said, you mentioned that because where we've been brought up, here in Europe. So do you think we should follow just the European ways, culture, and do you know, first of all, do you know the difference between Britain culture and the African or Congolese culture? Do you know the difference?
It is, I think it's kind of, it is different.
But might be something by the differences.
Well, how do you know? What do you think the difference is?
The difference is the way we brought up. Okay, culture first of all is like rules and regulations. We limit us, give us a limitation of certain things we can do, certain things that is allowed to be done. Do you understand? So in a certain way, like as an African, there's certain way you have to carry yourself. Do you understand? And the like example with us, older, if we're being a yaya, if we're being an auntie. Tout le monde, mutonyo sa camarade maman na za maman na auntie mutonyo sa mkono na barabara za auntie, uncle, papa. Do you understand? That is part of the culture. Siko na biloko toliaka is part of our culture, and there's so many things that we can go deep into, but we probably we're not gonna finish today. But with the I don't really understand the British culture. I don't even know if they have a culture. Maybe this have a culture because it's like you have the freedom of doing anything you want. Really, apart from you can't really walk around naked. Do you understand? But but we're strict with our culture, and that's the difference that I believe I see. So what do you think?
Everything you said I actually agree with. It's true. We've got like Laetitia, like we're more courteous. We have to be really polite.
Okay, so do you think, is it important for the youth to follow? It's the same question I asked. I'm sort of repeating myself, but in a different form because we want more information. Do you think that culture na biso fotolanda culture kaka yaba Africain, ou bien culture kaka yaba Europeans, ou bien nyoso mibale? Which one do you think we should follow as Jeunesse to call it on a grandi ici? Donc which one do you think we should follow?
Okay, I think that we need to mix both of them. I mean, I couldn't go to a European person and call them Tom or something. He wouldn't understand what I mean. So I could, but he'll probably find me weird. So it's important to keep obviously what your parents teach you at home, because when you're around Congolese people, like that's what you have to keep. But obviously when you're outside, just keep the same good manners, but you just have to adapt it to Westerners. Like it's just
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maman, papa, yaya, boyoki. Donc, il y a une différence entre culture nabiso ya africain na culture nabiso ya mboka oyo. Donc, deux après pour boye biso so qui faut biso ba jeune. Tolanda likolo nini. Tolanda nyoso mi bale bien tolanda ka moko. Donc, eza toyebi que différence ezali entre ba réponse na biso ba jeune na ba réponse ba maman mais toza matoyo ofungoma po toyo kabino ba maman ba papa toki elo ni bubino boye bisa biso po biso tolanda pe bino. Toza matoyi ya ofungoma. Bon. Leslie. So, what else can you tell us? Are you ashamed? First of all, are you ashamed to speak Lingala outside? Do you speak Lingala?
I speak Lingala. I can speak Lingala.
No, do you
know, it's because my accent is bad.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I still try. I still try.
I mean, I can speak Lingala. I can understand Uk-Congo, so
that's excellent.
But I can't speak it properly.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I understand like French, Lingala, Uk-Congo, but outside I usually speak English.
Okay. How many languages can you speak?
French, English, Lingala. So I wouldn't really say, so I can understand everything, but I wouldn't really say I can speak it properly. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That brings me back to my next question. Are you ashamed to speak any of the African languages?
Outside?
Yeah.
No.
You're not ashamed?
No, I'm not ashamed.
So you can literally speak to me in French or Lingala when your Mundele friend is there?
Yeah, I could do that, yeah.
That's excellent.
It's just the only thing I'll be concerned about is my pronunciation with certain words in Lingala, because I pretty much sound French or English when I'm speaking Lingala. Although the words are okay, my pronunciation, excuse me, is not all that, yeah.
No problem. That takes me back to another question. Okay, do you eat our food?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Congolese food?
Sakamadesu. What's your favorite Congolese food?
I've got loads. I've got loads. I've got loads. I like sakamadesu.
Yeah.
Especially my country food. Sakamadesu, pondu,
fumbwa. Yeah.
Du premier for the first day of the month to the last day of the month.
Fumbwa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can eat that. All the adult minds. I love Congolese food.
Yeah.
Okay, mama. Sikoyo, we've got to a point where there's a lot of us are marrying or starting to be in a relationship with people that are outside. Yeah. They're not Congolese, non-Congolese people. Okay, hold on a second. Be cool on the line. Hello? Hello? Hello, Tozoyo Kayo? Hello? Okay, pas de problème. So, qu'on rappelle biso, pardon. So, what do you think of that situation and the fact that lots of us, the youth, our generation, are starting marrying outside of Congolese, outside of the country?
Yeah.
Is it bad? Is it good? Is it bad? What do you think?
I don't really see anything wrong with it. I mean, we're not in Congo, so obviously we're not just surrounded with Congolese boys and girls. There's people from like a lot of different countries here in England. So I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, I'm all for it. So yeah.
Okay, but don't you think at the same time we're losing the values of our culture? Which I'm a bit confused, isn't it?
No, I was gonna mention as long as you keep, I think you need to like keep you need to teach your children about where they come from. So from both sides, I guess you'd have to do that. So yeah.
Okay, so the people, there's a lot of us that is actually true that a lot of us are losing. There's perdre value na biso ya culture na biso, our culture we're losing. There's a lot of us. So because sala papa biso passé. Last time I spoke to one of the papa, alobi penza ba youth na biso tozo bungandela. Now, what have you got to say to those? Because there is a lot of us. Okay. Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
hello, bonjour. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hello, bonjour.
Bonjour. Natokoza kombo na yo principal bengeli wapi?
Jean-Guy, Uk-Congo voice.
Okay, Papa Jean-Guy, vas-y, tozo kayo.
Bonjour, maman nangai.
Bonjour.
En tout cas, félicitations, bravo.
Merci beaucoup.
On a très flatté, na musala na bino.
Ok, merci beaucoup.
Na landi émission, na zone na vraiment na sepeli mingi et bravo na Leslie.
Merci.
Vous êtes toute belle, c'est déjà ça.
Thank you very much.
Il y a toute la question Moko. Le quoi vous parler sur la jeunesse. Pourquoi se fait-il que nous surtout les jeunes na biso ya basi beaucoup de kokende mingi na kobala na ba école mosusu? Est-ce que zali problème d'encadrement ya ba parents, il y a du choix na bino moko bien question?
Ok. Na yo kiete likamolobi na suka papa Jangi.
Na lobi kaka est-ce que zali choix na bino échec à ba parents ou bien trend ya fashion na bino des autres na bino bon?
Ok, d'accord. Merci papa Jangi.
Thank you.
Merci. Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, papa Ibanzaki, papa Jangi. His question was what I just asked basically. Biso Bajan, surtout Biso Basi, Tozobala, non-Congolese.
Yeah.
Is it because Biso Motolingi, fashion, never being of a fashion, or bien is our parents' fault that they're not showing us the way, or then is our parents' fault basically?
I mean, I don't think it's our parents' fault. I mean, your parents could choose somebody for you, but the heart likes who the heart likes. Okay. So if you fall for someone that's not Congolese, I think it's more of a personal choice. It's not to do. It's got nothing to do with parents, according to me. I don't think it's got anything to do with your parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you reckon? Do you think it's?
Well, to me, it's I personally feel my theory is it's not a shame, but as long as name les le bigger is a personal choice. Mais is a pen and nenge tozo kola na mona mingi na primary school tozana ba Congolese boys a lot parce que on est obligé pendant qu'on est primary school. Secondary school, college, ba komi connaître ko bunga. Maintenant quand on arrive na niveau moko à université, tozo mona bango ebele sisute. Si qu'on a niveau biso tozo komela au moins que ce qu'on moni garçon mususu azana niveau aza congolais mais azana niveau na yote donc bozo kanisa ndenge mote for you to be together or as one. If it was like you're thinking the same, you're not just thinking of unnecessary thing, you're thinking about your future. You have to have plans, and unfortunately there's a lot of our Congolese men that I've seen. It's just like, unfortunately, I wouldn't go for them because I'm seeing that. So na nazana moto ezani tinazo komi kitisa niveau. Ngala ina mata nazo mo nazo komi nazo finga binote. Pardon, bo excusez nga. Na finga binote me eza seke ngamo na moni. Maintenant, soko zo luka moto ke aza atanga classe B, aza la musala, des trucs comme ça. Il faut au moins la bon siko tozo mona ba mingi libanda. Maintenant, on est obligé okende libanda. Mais toza pena ba Congolese men da bazo progresser pour mingi ezo comme que bazali au moins kaka na sap ba feti ba voiture donc hello.
Yeah, hi, I'm calling from London. I'm calling from Tottenham.
Okay, hello.
Yeah,
hello.
Hi, my name is Patricia. I just want to answer the question that the brother who called before me said about why we married people from other countries.
Yeah.
I want to say myself, I'm speaking, I'm married to a Nigerian man.
Yeah.
It's not what they not to bala polo puna fashion because lack of like education or any other thing. But problem is that non c'est ça chrétien.
Ouais.
Et pas nzambe nigérien zate mundela zate mutu pas zate.
Voilà.
Et pas nzambe au quand nzamba pesi wala pesi.
Voilà.
One thing, another thing is that my brother na biso vraiment bazo disappoint biso so much.
Okay.
Bazo keep culture because all about we talking also is about culture. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because umoni garçon na biso mimba komi ko se comporte ba jamais excusez parce que y a ndenga mabe quoi.
Ouais.
Babungisi culture, babungisi that thing when people think about Congolese men, they just think about aventuriers. donc yango wana vraiment donc mibali na biso vraiment côté wana vraiment ba disappointa ba oyo ba zana bango za bango sérieux mais ba koma l'esprit moko mokara ba esprit ba be ozo comprendre ba ko help mbasi na bango te bana azomona ke no mwasi musumo azo ko struggle yimo to kene mo kayo na ya ko zonga mobali ko tika na bana te mobali zana ndako mais mobali ke mwasi ko tika bana pa ba camarade eloko wana to bungi sango ozo comprendre libala ezali libala mwasi aza esclave te mwasi aza lisungi nzamba pesi yo o ada benga kikeno le mikuwa na ngai ozo mo me biso to bungi sango to boyi na biso te to boyi pe to bazo kepi peut-être libana to ba choix ma beto boyi te mais ya libo na nunga bona zo teng parce que I know I've made the right choice and I'm happy with my marriage. One is a local musu, mais local musu peut dire que non bana biso ya basi bazo kende libanda parce que baza disappointed. Ati sika ba kende na bango baza na bango disappointed mais a little bit of that help, a little bit of that understanding, you know, of feel that really you're loved, you're cared for.
Ok, merci beaucoup maman. Merci beaucoup. J'espère que papa Jean yo qui réponse na ngai, yo qui peut répondre ya ndekonabi sa ochobenga. Mais tozo ngala bino isusu tozo zoma break ma muke comme ça tozo ngala bino isusu ba kola bo continuer ko benga ba yaya, ba papa, ba maman bo continuer ko benga. OK, à suivre.
Be encouraged this year with these new books available by Doctor in Theology with Evangelism Strategies, Leon Kabasele. What would you do if you knew the secret of prayer? Get your copy today of How to Pray by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
If you knew who you are, you know what you can do. Get the book, Jesus Christ is My God, by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
The book, Christian Development, God Came as Human Being by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
Christian Philosophy, Understanding Racial Oppression. These are the academic Christian books to help those who want to learn about Christianity. These are the books that can help people to grow spiritual rather than physically.
Leon Kabasele does his research in theology as a Christian scholar, and one of his research is based on evangelism strategies, and this is what made him to become a doctor in theology, with evangelism strategies as his main subject.
Take some time to walk through author Leon Kabasele's shelves of inspirational reads. Here are 4 books for daily inspiration and spiritual growth. These books can be bought from www.amazon.com, http www.amazon.com, or go to any Google, just type Leon Kabasele.
Thank you and welcome back. Our discussion is still going. Donc, tozana ba, I believe tozana ba tebele ba zubenga bo continue ko benga. Hello. Hello. Yes, hello. Can I get your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Sandra, I'm calling from Manchester.
Okay, Manchester. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Sandra.
Sandra. Okay, hello, Sandra.
Oh, hi. I'm actually in love with the show. Okay. I'm an African girl. I came into this country when I was like 16 years old.
Yeah.
And the discussion about the way many youths are losing the culture is really powerful and very important. Many of us are trying so hard to belong into the rich society that we are kind of forgetting where we came in from.
Okay.
I personally have an experience where I've tried too hard.
Okay. So where are you from? Are you Congolese?
No, I'm not Congolese.
Okay.
I'm from Angola.
Angola. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I came to the point where as soon as I stepped into the country, I wanted to do many things. But then as I grew, I was like, this is not my culture.
Okay.
I am Angolan. I need to stick to my own culture. And up to now, I only eat Angolan food. Even my little boys know already our culture. I just want to congratulate you both on the discussion, which is really, really important for the youth. I wish in the future to see many, many messages as this. We really, really need to bring our youth back to our culture because, excuse my language, it's disgusting.
Thank you.
I came to the point where I met a boy in the bus from my country was behaving such as a British boy, and when they told me he was Angolan, I was ashamed to be an Angolan because of his behavior. Let's not be ashamed of our culture because our culture is really, really beautiful.
Thank you very much, Sister Sandra. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your comment. And as you heard by Ayana Bisobaleki, as you heard, it's really important to keep our culture. It's really, really important. We shouldn't be ashamed to be who we are, where we come from. So I encourage everybody, all the young people, keep it up. And congratulations as well to everybody that is very proud to be who they are, whether you're Ghanaian, Congolese, Nigerian. Well done to all. Just keep it up and pass it on. Mama Leslie, what have you got for us? What have you got for us? Questions? Comment to what they just said, the sisters have just said.
Do you know, I was going to say, the same way like you asked me about if I'm embarrassed to wear African attire outside. I mean, I'm not now, but when I was young, I'll admit, when I was young, I was embarrassed. I thought it was embarrassing. Like when my mum used to come and pick me up from school. Like, and she'd come with her African clothes, and I would be embarrassed. But I think that growing up, then
and you become more mature.
Yeah, you become more mature
and
you embrace it more. Like, would you go out in African attire and every day?
To be quite honest, before avant as I can, everybody is. Hello, pardon. Hello.
Oui, allô.
Allô, oui. Tu causes comment na yo peu bengeli wapi pardon.
Ngai wana lisusu papa juge ka janvier. Je vais Voice London.
OK.
Na sepeli mingi na réponse là d'abord maman Laetitia, bravo.
Merci.
C'est sincère et honnête, direct aussi.
Ouais.
Yagi na yo ka maman Leslie. Thanks to the lady who just answered me as well.
Ouais.
Okay, I want to say something. It's a good choice to make his own choice.
Ouais.
Yeah, that's not a problem. But the problem is that we noticed about Congolese women. They were willing to go with, not to go, but to marry other cultures. But about Congolese men, even where they fail or not, they got difficulties marrying like Nigerians, Indians, because they don't make it easier for them to get into the culture. Why is it people have to be easier going into Congolese culture rather than Congolese going to theirs? That's my question. Thank you.
So repeat your question. I didn't hear the last bit of your question.
No, why is it easier for other cultures to come into Congolese culture, like marrying our women or maybe men, but it's not easier for us to go into other cultures?
Okay.
Thank you.
I hope our sister that answered that question, I've heard the answer. If you got a reply as well, and you can call again and answer that question. I mean, me myself is just, it's the status, your status of mind, the stages where you are. Like, I'll answer it again. It's I don't know if it's easier for one to go to another or for another to go to another country. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. But my principle is different from everybody else's principle. So that's what I've got to say to you. But yeah. When I was young, I was going back to Mama Leslie. When I was young, it was a bit sunny. Go lata maputa. Tellement baza finga ba fikemingi ezaiki un peu polo bakoza Congolais. I've never been ashamed to say I'm not Congolese, I'm not African, but it's never been something that is a tag that I am African or I'm Congolese. If I can avoid the question, I will avoid the question.
That's when you were young or now?
Yeah, when I was younger. But then growing up, I've learned to embrace who I am, where I come from. I mean, I've got mixed race friends that used to come to my house who eat pondu and fufu. I'm not joking. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Sister, can I get your name and where you're calling from, please?
This is Leonie.
Naomi. Naomi, okay. Hello, Naomi. Where you calling from?
No, Leonie.
Yomi, okay, sorry, Yomi, okay.
No, I'm calling from Hackney.
Okay. So what's your contribution?
I want to talk about, I heard you all talking about culture.
Yeah.
I wanted to say my part as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Nagope Congolais, les Tibino.
Ok.
Et ça bien, c'est vraiment gentil. Et puis, merci les bons mêmes subject. Oh, na TV, pour qu'ils puissent tozo yoka, nos maman, nos parents, nos jeunes, tozo landa. Et ça bien.
Ouais.
mais nga lina le balapar nga ke coutume na biso ba Congolais eza mibali na biso bato bungi tango.
Okay.
Ata akoli awa, ata akoli na Congo, ayaki mwana mukie tozo comprendre eza nini oyo sala ke ba jeune bakuma bizaleli o ba kokoli tia kala. Ba Nigérien ba Ghanéen bazana bongo la bizaleli wana ata koli awa ata botani awa balinga ko sala coutume na bango ba matisango donc ba reconnaître ngo partout bazali.
Ouais.
Mais o abiso iko le contrat biso to ko ma olanda mindele to préférer neti ba jeune garçon na biso au lieu balanda ba jeune loko ba Nigérien ndi bazo sala ba olanda coutume na bango soka zana mwana o amwasi jeune fille jeune garçon au lieu alanda ndenge coutume esengi ke o banda likambu ki e banda ba le bandeli soki ko bandela ki fiancé bokoti na libala et stili na religieux bango bongo te bango balingi yakato vanda place wana nde yango ezo disappoint every single girl on the community ya Congolese.
Merci beaucoup.
So I think that's the reason really. It shouldn't be any liaka nini o nini wala to respecta moza mabete mais faut to respecter pende baninga ba respecta ba Nigérien ba banda la présentation ya libala ba bandi ba bali pe akia futi mbongo na ye akia pe na religieux biso ba o mona toza tangi o silisi o zo luka peut-être ataza na ye na niveau classe za ngo akene musikate mais azala na understanding of like bozo se comprendre.
Ouais.
Ata soki mobile atandité mais soki aza na nino na ndeba azo penser bien. Exactement faut mobile aza intelligent. Mobile aza besoin de l'intelligence mais faut azala na ayeba savoir vivre.
Merci beaucoup maman. Merci beaucoup Yaya Toyokiyo. Merci beaucoup. What happens that I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. There's a lot of men, our boys are going into men that are losing our culture. Because instead of, you see Ghanaians, Nigerians, other countries, whether they're grown here or born here, they are so strict that they follow the culture. They actually show the culture. Maybe so to Komolanda Mindele, she gave an example of Ghanaians and Nigerians. Maybe not all of them do it, but it's a majority that are following. Kobana libala religieux présentation, how it goes into the church wedding. Mais Congolese men now siko balingite balimbala na mindele ya na bisa lobike yakato vanda. So what have you got to say to that?
I think that it's like you're right about Nigerian people and Ghanaian people. They show their culture more. But then again, at the same time, because I know when I was a bit younger, I was a bit embarrassed about the whole traditional thing. Yeah. Because white people, they don't, like Westerners, they don't do that very much. They don't really do that. So obviously, I've always been a bit worried about that. Like, I don't know, it doesn't really sit well with me. I'm not sure. But obviously, being Congolese, I'm gonna have to do that. So yeah.
And going back to your question, answering your question before I had it. Now, well, that was before anyway. Now, I absolutely love who I am. I'm Congolese. Wherever I go, I'm 100% Congolese. Yamakila. I love it. Because when I start wearing liputa, I've bought a lot of liputa at church. Sometimes you see me. Nakangima again, and I haven't. Na yokoli nanto kanga liputa the long one yet. Me nalataka jupani ya mukuse. Not trop mukuse, but it's not as long as tea on the floor. Just so I can feel comfortable. I've learned how to wear it. I started wearing liputa. I've got loads of liputa clothes.
And I think it was a lot to do as well with my group of friends. They weren't really. I wasn't really friends with a lot of Congolese people.
So it's your influences as well.
Yeah. So I guess like I wouldn't bring bundu and rice for packed lunch. I wouldn't do that because the food it smells strong. So I would be embarrassed to eat food like that in public. And I remember that I never used to really tell my friends what I used to eat at home. So I was really embarrassed about that. Yeah, I was really embarrassed about that. But what do you think about parents that disown their children for marrying outside the culture?
I think totally is disappointing.
Do you think it's
disappointing? But I'm disappointed for the parents actually to disown their aboy and mwana parce que abali mutu mususu bia abali culture mususu nange sisi la bisa utakoloba is your choice, is where your heart falls. On top of that as well, soki mutu aza bangonyo so baza human beings, baza batu nzamba keli tant que chrétien ata mundele kutu aza mutu nzamba keli, pourquoi oboya ye oboya ete as long as your child mwana na yo. Allo.
Yeah, hi, maman, ngam na benga kili boso, pour mon frère a aussi répondre à la question, à l'obi. Na comprendre que vraiment question a été, tant on veut bakelo a benga qui sera benga qui sera yo qui soit benga le question vraiment ya frère ezala ki nini.
Question sur kezala qui est-ce que nani na bosse n'écoute question sur kezala qui parce que j'avais pas même écrit. Mais je crois que ezala qui na ndenge c'est que ça facile pour na basi na biso bazo kende libanda. Mais
parce que na benga ki liboso pour na dire que non mi ba na fundi bazo disappoint et peut faire lobby que on dirait que non culture nanya kolanda culture a muninga something nada.
Yeah.
OK, c'est une répondre frère na question na yé.
Ouais.
Moto réponse est aboué maman parce que moi ba tuki ba balanité za lokola yo uti na famille mususu uti na famille ko sangana.
Ouais.
Ce qui
l'éducation na bino
ba congolais mususu abali muluba mususu abali mutabandulu tango kutani bo sangani boko sangisa eza bongo te oya malamu ya kote ba luba bo zui oya mabe ndeto chiba wana bo boazi ona kuna batabandulu eza pende mo tanto zo bala libanda ngamo personnel parce que na bala nigérien de la lobaki liboso donc oya malamu ya biso ba kongo poto za na to boti bana wana ba yebi ke no congolais culture na pesa nini ba yebi pe culture ba nigérienne eza nini donc eza ke non eloko ko combiner ba culture mi balé o ezo ko contribuer na biso nyo ezo mema well being to adapter yango o ezo bring biso behind to waki yango na sima donc juste eza le kamba ko sola tant que bolingo eza na bolinga no mi balé boko ba ndenge ya ko balancer ba culture bozu o ya malamu boboki ya wabe voilà réponse quand ngana répondre frère yango.
Merci beaucoup. Pensolo ozuma loba na kata mnonanga. Merci beaucoup. Okay, Mama, your last question. Sorry.
About what do you think about parents disowning their
children? I'm really disappointed because ezali so as long as mwana no aza happy nenge ezali, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter where you come from, and also as long as your child carries, like our sister just said, your child carries the culture that she came from, brought up with, and she carries it on. It shouldn't be something that obaki simwana parce que abali Nigerian, obaki simwana parce que abali Ghanaian, Zambian, whatever it is. I don't think that should be the case.
Yeah, I totally agree.
As long as your child is happy, as long as your child shows that where I come from, I'm well educated, well raised, that shouldn't matter. Where they come from shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. But yeah, that's why mama. Merci na mingi na baoba bengi. That was really nice. You supported us. We've learned something from all the callers and our questions today, and to continue to encourager ba jeunes ya basi na mibali. Donc il faut we have to embrace our culture. It's very, very important. It's very, very important because we're lost without our culture. Donc au moins mboka te eza sans rules. Because if there's no rules, example, if you get on the road, if there's no traffic lights, I mean there will be a lot of accidents, there will be a lot of chaos. So there's a reason why we've got our cultures. So we should really follow. We should not be ashamed of walking around speaking Lingala. We should not be ashamed of being African. I know that especially the Congolese, but so tag mo kama be amakama kindo ketume. Biso mo photo defendre mboka na biso mo photo ebake I come from this country. It doesn't matter so kindo kezali muibe zali guerre zali ba I'm proud to come from mabele wana. Donc il faut pas tous aller shame eskato huti ou bien ceux qui maman na lati liputa ogozo ke soni ou bien po yebisa nani I don't know your partner na culture na biso eza boy. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. I eat pondu every day. I've got friends that they eat pondu too. I feed them pondu when they come to my house. I feed them the way I cook my Thompson. So that's what it is. You are showing. You should show off your culture. You should show. I'm proud to be Congolese. Sample sa. I'm proud to be Congolese. Mwana bandundu daw. Na loba avec Congo. Mugo tubaki Congo. Ça veut dire que dans naza. I'm really happy amongst our Congolese parents. If my mom is speaking to me in Uk-Congo, I love it. I try I don't speak as much,
My grandma
but
speaks
I try.
Yeah.
I try. As long as I'm showing that I'm trying. Biso pe ba jeune to la na pe likolo wana. To make a kosa l'effort. Ata mama zo la kiso, ba parents ba zo la kiso mingi teme. Yo moko poko ke na muzindo and learn about your culture. You don't have to be. You can ask questions. I ask questions. You can ask questions. I know where I was born. So I'm proud to be. I'm not ashamed to say that I was born in Kikwiti because Balobak is that village. It's a fine village. It's a city. I'm proud. So if somebody asks me, Obotama wapi na Olobateka na Botama na Congo bien na Botama na Kinshasa parce que je suis pas né à Kinshasa. Moi je suis né à Kikwiti. Donc I'm proud to be born na Kikwiti Hôpital Général. Donc bisonyo sopeto za nengwa, bisonyo sto na lokolana. You shouldn't be ashamed of where you're coming from. My parents na bisope to reinforce culture na biso epa ya bana. To reinforce culture biso po bana biso tozo bota balanda ba continue ngope. Donc merci mingi, merci na papa Jean-Guy pour l'opportunité oyo. Merci na Olive TV. You've been wonderful and thank you for all the callers and for your support. You've got our numbers. You can call in for any advice, any topics that you like us to discuss, anything that you want to share with us. We're here for you. Merci beaucoup.
Be encouraged this year with these new books available by Doctor in Theology with Evangelism Strategies, Leon Kabasele. What would you do if you knew the secret of prayer? Get your copy today of How to Pray by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
If you knew who you are, you know what you can do. Get the book, Jesus Christ is My God, by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
The book, Christian Development, God Came as Human Being by Dr. Evangelist Leon Kabasele.
Christian Philosophy, Understanding Racial Oppression. These are the academic Christian books to help those who want to learn about Christianity. These are the books that can help people to grow spiritual rather than physically.
Leon Kabasele does his research in theology as a Christian scholar, and one of his research is based on evangelism strategies, and this is what made him to become a doctor in theology, with evangelism strategies as his main subject.
Take some time to walk through author Leon Kabasele's shelves of inspirational reads. Here are 4 books for daily inspiration and spiritual growth. These books can be bought from www.amazon.com, http www.amazon.com, or go to any Google, just type Leon Kabasele.